Ball is at the 35. First down.
Well, we spot at the 35-yard line, 1st and 15. And the clock is now it's running. When the penalty there, it was stopped.
This good clock management from the Commodores is there's really no reason to snap the ball until you get under 10 seconds left on the play clock as you're up 28 points.
Oh, and Will Ard fortunately recovers the fumble, but when he threw the football, kind of lost control and dropped it. And I feel like the snap on that play, if you guys rewind it, I think it was he had to catch it with his right hand and he just couldn't square the ball in his hands together. So, but fortunately, Ard recovered.
It almost looked like he tried to spike it. To me, is what it kind of looked like. He caught it and then he kind of threw it down.
Ard hands it off to Joyner, who picks up 3 yards on the play.
See, now it's important. Even though the Commodores are up 28 points, it's important for them to continue to run their offense, string first downs together, and execute well. Because this is when you learn. Is you got to keep your head in the game. You got to. Nick Saban is one of the best at this. Is he will get on to the third string guys when they're up against Florida International by 38 points. Nick Saban will get on to those guys because there may come a time when they need to get in the game and make a play. So they need to know what to do, and they need to execute properly.
And there's a fumble. Tate Owen, oh my goodness, he picks it up. He's got the first down flag on the play, but on that play, Will Ard pitched the ball, and Owens fumbled it as he touched it. And he fortunately had a really good bounce when he picked it up and picked up yardage, but we'll see what the flag on the play is.
Almost like the old Nebraska fumble-rooski.
And it looks like it's probably going to be coming back, holding against the offense. Lafayette in their red uniforms, red pants, gold helmets. The Red Raiders of Shannon, red helmets, white uniforms, and black pants.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So 10-yard penalty, and
at the 42-yard line.
That's unfortunate. That was kind of a fortunate bounce, and Owens could have had a little highlight there, but.
Third down, 22 yards to go.
Now it's going to be third down and 22 yards to go for the Commodores. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line. Sub for Shannon. Quan Phelps will check in for DeQuavius Huddleston. And looks like Price is coming off the field, and Joyner will check in. Actually, no, Young.
I'm not really sure what I think somebody might have.
Woods will check in.
I think might have somebody, maybe the playbook kind of fell off his wristband there. I'm not really sure what the deal was.
Ard takes snap. He's got pressure. He completes. Nope, doesn't complete. Ball's off the fingertips of Tate Owens, but great pressure there by the Shannon D line.
It seems whenever there's been a designed pass for the Commodores, it's like the offensive line hasn't really had an idea on how to block somebody, how to pick up a blitz. Is because we saw it at the end of the first half with Devin Thomas. He got bum rushed and was forced to throw an interception. We saw there design pass. Ard had two guys in his face, just kind of had to throw it up and hope he didn't take the sack.
Chase Coker will punt for the Doors.
Chase Coker, first punt of the night for the Commodores. He'll punt.
Montgomery back to receive the punt.
And he punts. Montgomery is going to let it bounce, and Lafayette will fall on it at around the 8-yard line, and that's where Shannon will take over when we come back. You're watching Commodore football on DoresTV.
Hello, this is Gant Boone with Oxford University Bank. This day and age, it is hard to beat an original, much less an Oxford original. And that is exactly what you get with OUB. We have Casasa checking and savings accounts with ATM refunds nationwide. Perfect for everyone, especially students. So whether you're a full-time resident of Oxford or just looking to get here as soon as you can, choose OUB. Live Oxford, Bank Oxford, Oxford University Bank, member FDIC.
You probably think Domino's pizza cheese comes out of a big plastic bag. And it does. But before it goes into that bag, our cheese was crafted to perfection by an award-winning mozzarella maker using milk from family-owned dairy farms. And we got help from a cheese technologist and a National Cheese Institute laureate award winner, which is really a thing. So order 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each and taste why you can't judge a cheese by its bag.
Welcome to Furniture World, home of the better buy. Get more selection with even more savings. If you're needing furniture for your home, apartment, or dorm room, we have the quality that you want at the prices that you can afford. We also have interest-free financing with approved credit, plus free delivery is available within our area. So come by and see why we're Oxford's #1 furniture store.
And we're back at William L. Buford Stadium. I'm Browning Stubbs, alongside my partner in crime, Lawrence Dockery. And we're back. And small carry there by the Red Raiders.
Cooper on the carry.
And Lawrence, we saw before the first half ended, Shannon had a long drive where they turned it over on the 1-yard line. So they've proven that they can move the ball on a long drive.
They have. It's been their offense they haven't really impressed me just yet, but they put together that 11-minute 80-yard drive, which was impressive, but they haven't been able to replicate that on any of their other possessions.
And great defense there by John Murphy as he almost had the interception, and you can guarantee that was going to be a pick six had he caught it. But Lawrence, we talked all season long about this Lafayette defense, and similar names. It's Darren Tolles, it's Alan Mathis, it's John and Eli Murphy, it's Quinn Jones. All these guys have just been phenomenal, frankly, all season. In the second half against Oxford, I think why they struggled was because once Oxford scored at the end of the first half, they thought they had no chance because the offense wasn't helping them. And great defense there. That's going to be a safety.
Pounds is tackled in the backfield by Quinn
Nope,
Jones.
it's not going to be a safety, but Quinn Jones brought the pressure, and he'll be tackled quarterback Pounds at the 1-yard line.
Going back
what
to
were you
what
saying,
I'm
Lawrence?
saying is that touchdown that Oxford scored right before halftime really was a dagger. It was a kick in the gut. It was a sucker punch, and it really took the wind out of Lafayette's sails.
Ball is at the
And
1-yard line.
I think
Fourth
they
down.
kind of threw in the
18 yards
towel
to go,
at
Red
halftime
Raiders.
and said, we're just going to try and get out of Dodge.
Kynes is not even at the 40-yard line where he will return this punt. And the punter for Shannon is in the end zone. He takes the punt. And Kynes will receive it at the 35, and he makes a move. He's around the made a miss, but he's taken down. But if you see
an ankle breaker.
The Lafayette sideline is going nuts right now as Kynes made one defender fall to his knees. Oh, kill him on that one, Lawrence.
That was an ankle breaker for sure. And that's a highlight reel juke move right there. I think
especially if he had scored.
He hit the X button and went left with the joystick.
One of the biggest ankle breakers I've ever seen. I don't know if you saw the play, but Alabama was playing right here in Oxford, and Trent Richardson scored on like a 90-yard run, and he faked out a few almost defenders on the 10-yard line. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Lafayette has the football right here on DoresTV.
The next time those hunger pains hit you, head to the famous Bees Barbecue, as mentioned in The Blind Side, the movie. In Oxford for 15 years and voted #1 ribs in Oxford. We'll cater all occasions, no matter how small or large the crowd is. We also serve breakfast from 6 a.m. to 9:30. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bees Barbecue. And don't forget to call about those tailgating trays, 662-236-7090. Bees Barbecue, the best ribs in Oxford. Looking for home, health, or vehicle insurance, let Farm Bureau handle them all. Lafayette County Farm Bureau Insurance will be glad to help with any insurance need you might have. With real claim service, stop in and see Wayne Perkins or call today, 234-6232. That's 662-234-6232. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation have a professional treatment team including board-certified physical therapists, occupational therapists, athletic trainers, and personal trainers who use advanced technology and equipment to help you achieve optimal results. We provide physical therapy to patients of all ages, ranging from therapy for joint and sport injuries to stroke recovery or work-related injuries. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation. Healing in motion.
And we're back at William L. Everett Stadium, and there's a fumble, and that's recovered by Shannon. Just miscommunication there between Will Ard and Tay Owens.
Actually, it looks like it was Devin Thomas that they brought back in there for this series. Miscues. Like I was saying, you got to keep your head in this football game. You still have to. You're up 28 points. You probably got the game in the bag, even though it's the third quarter. You still have to execute.
I couldn't agree more, Lawrence. And you know, when you flip-flop quarterbacks like they are, you know, Thomas just hasn't. He hadn't had the feel in the second half of the football, so that probably threw him off. But honestly, Devin Thomas, he's your starting quarterback. He's been the quarterback when your team had 4 touchdowns. Just sit him down. Let Ard play the rest of the half, because obviously that threw off Thomas and his momentum. Great defense there, but Commodores, there's a flag on the play, but joint tackle there with Eli Murphy and Darren Tolles.
Only marker on the play.
But again, there's I don't know a winning football team that plays
against the Red Raiders.
2 quarterbacks. They rotate them, you know, possession by possession, and they win games. You know, Lafayette, they're sitting here at 1-3, you know, but you probably don't need to be switching quarterbacks like that, especially when you got the game in the bag. You know, you just got to sit down your starter, especially with a tough, and I mean tough, matchup next week in Memphis at NUS.
In recent memory in college football, the only thing I can think of was in 2012 when Notre Dame had that run in the national title, and Everett Golson was the starter as a freshman, and Tommy Reese Jr. was the backup. And every time Golson screwed up and Notre Dame had to pull the win out of the bag, Brian Kelly would send Tommy Reese into the game. That's really the only thing I can think of that would closely resemble this situation.
And I kind of remember around that same time frame, Jared Lee and Jordan Jefferson of LSU.
I think that was probably the year prior.
Right.
Because the year Notre Dame they lost to Alabama in the title game. Alabama had beat LSU in the title game. And that wasn't so much, Jarrett Lee started like the first 6 games. And I firmly believe, and no one will ever change my mind about that Les Miles did Jarrett Lee wrong. He did him wrong.
Yeah.
And you figured when Jordan Jefferson couldn't get you across midfield in the national title game,
that was hard to watch.
You would put the quarterback who got you there in, but Les Miles decided not to do that.
And then when he brought him in, it was just a little too late, and LSU got nothing going.
I remember when LSU played Alabama in basketball in like the next 2 weeks. As soon as LSU brought the ball across half court, all the Alabama fans started giving them a mock standing ovation.
And we'll take a timeout, but keep it here for Lafayette High School football on DoresTV.
Family owned and operated since 1959, the Beacon Restaurant is the gathering place in Oxford for family and friends. Come in, grab a seat with a familiar face for a down-home breakfast and a fresh cup of coffee. You might even hear a lie or two. Breakfast not your thing? Then try our signature plate lunches. For service with a smile, come join us for any meal at the Beacon Restaurant on North Lamar in Oxford. And nah, we ain't got no sweet tea.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Marty Stark in Oxford can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Oxford Kubota is your one-stop shop for your farm or ranch. Whether you need a zero-turn mower, compact tractor, or the impressive M-Series cab tractor, Oxford Kubota can put together a package deal to fit your needs. We offer a fully stocked parts department and a service department with factory-trained technicians that can service your tractor, ATV, or UTV, regardless of the make or model. Come by for a test drive at 93 Highway 30 East, next to Oxford Farm and Ranch. Oxford Kubota.
We're back on the campus of Lafayette High School where Shannon has the football. 2nd and 17 on the 24 pounds, drops back, a lot of pressure, and he's taken down. And look at that D-line by Lafayette.
Good penetration is there. He came from the blind side, came from the weak side. Pounds had no idea what hit him.
Pounds is tackled by Vincent Lewis and Keontre Tolles.
Vincent Lewis, another familiar name with the sack on the play, and that brings them back 3 yards, 3rd and 20. Ball on the 22-yard line.
3rd down and 20 yards to go for the Red Raiders.
Pounds drops back, pressured again, and look at that, taken down again, and great defense there by the Commodores.
Good job.
That they will not let up, and I like it.
I like that too. It's the defense that's kept their head in this game. It's the offense that's kind of starting to struggle. But good job by Lewis of staying at home. He didn't bite on the fake, and good job staying at home, watching the quarterback, watching the football, wrapping up, throwing them down for a loss.
And the Red Raiders will send out the punting team. Back to punt is Deontay Bass. And Bass punts, and it will be returned by Kynes. But he'll probably let it bounce as it's recovered by number 72, Austin McLean. And we'll take a timeout. Coming up, your Commodores will have the football.
Hello, this is Gant Boone with Oxford University Bank. This day and age, it is hard to beat an original, much less an Oxford original. And that is exactly what you get with OUB. We have Casasa checking and savings accounts with ATM refunds nationwide. Perfect for everyone, especially students. So whether you are a full-time resident of Oxford or just looking to get here as soon as you can, choose OUB. Live Oxford, Bank Oxford, Oxford University Bank, member FDIC.
You probably think Domino's pizza cheese comes out of a big plastic bag. And it does. But before it goes into that bag, our cheese was crafted to perfection by an award-winning mozzarella maker using milk from family-owned dairy farms. And we got help from a cheese technologist and a National Cheese Institute laureate award winner, which is really a thing. So order 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each and taste why you can't judge a cheese by its bag.
Welcome to Furniture World, home of the better buy. Get more selection with even more savings. If you're needing furniture for your home, apartment, or dorm room, we have the quality that you want at the prices that you can afford. We also have interest-free financing with approved credit, plus free delivery is available within our area. So come by and see why we're Oxford's #1 furniture store.
And we're back at William L. Beaver Stadium, and it looks like Lafayette has the ball, and Will Arden at quarterback, or excuse me, no, Thomas is still at quarterback. Sometimes it's hard to tell those guys at number 16 and 18, very similar. So that's a gain by Price.
Ball is at the 45-yard line. 2nd down, 8 yards.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 on the 45. And on the sideline, the defensive coordinator is still coaching the defense. He's got the board out. He's got the marker in his hand, and he's drawing up some plays. That's a good sign for the Commodores as Thomas, he hands it off to Price, who's past the 50, past the 45, to the 40. He's got speed to the 30, the 20, the 15, to the 10. He's going to be tackled at the 5-yard line, and Price making the offense look good there.
That was very good. That was patient running from Price there as the hole didn't open up right away. As he ran into his left tackle there, bounced off him, got to the perimeter, and it was patient. He didn't show the speed until he had an alley to run through. Once that hole opened up, he took off. I thought they were going to get him at like the 35-yard line, but he turned on the afterburners, chugged all the way down to the 5.
And Price, who is, him and Owens tonight, they've been the horses. They've been very impressive. And I can kind of see why Price was getting some of those carries against MUS. And so is Joyner, but Price, or not MUS, excuse me, Oxford. But obviously you're playing a lesser opponent, which is probably why Price is looking better. There's Devin Thomas, hands it off to Price.
Joyner, the ball carrier.
Lawrence, I don't have the stat sheet on me, but you got to think that Lafayette total passes tonight less than 3.
That sounds, I would say maybe about 5. Is there's the 1 interception. Maybe 3, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Which I can tell you this now. I'll tell all of our viewers that is not going to work against MUS. You got to be able to throw the football and move it. As Tate Owens is in the end zone for the touchdown, Commodores. But yes, Lawrence, to beat one of the, frankly, like historically a team that has been one of the best teams in the country. I remember when they had Barry Brunetti, I think they were top 10 for sure.
There was one year, one game. I think Barry Brunetti's senior year, they played at South Panola, and that was the ESPN U college high school football game with the Friday Night Lights. MUS is one of the top high school programs in the country. They're the premier, one of the top, 2-3 premier programs in the state of Tennessee. So if you're going to beat MUS at MUS, you got to have a balanced offense.
And we'll talk more about that matchup later on in our broadcast as Holland makes the extra point. We'll take a timeout. Keep it here. You're watching Commodore football on DoresTV.
The next time those hunger pains hit you, head to the famous Bees Barbecue, as mentioned in The Blind Side, the movie. In Oxford for 15 years and voted #1 ribs in Oxford. We'll cater all occasions, no matter how small or large the crowd is. We also serve breakfast from 6 a.m. to 9:30. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bees Barbecue. And don't forget to call about those tailgating trays, 662-236-7090. The Bees Barbecue, the best ribs in Oxford. Looking for home, health, or vehicle insurance, let Farm Bureau handle them all. Lafayette County Farm Bureau Insurance will be glad to help with any insurance need you might have. With real claim service, stop in and see Wayne Perkins or call today, 234-6232. That's 662-234-6232. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation have a professional treatment team including board-certified physical therapists, occupational therapists, athletic trainers, and personal trainers who use advanced technology and equipment to help you achieve optimal results. We provide physical therapy to patients of all ages, ranging from therapy for joint and sport injuries to stroke recovery or work-related injuries. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation. Healing in motion.
And we're back at William L. Buford Stadium, home of the Lafayette Commodores. You're watching the 4th. Welcome back to William L. Buford Stadium, home of the Lafayette Commodores. You're watching the 5th broadcast of the season right here on DoresTV. As Holland kicks off, and it's muffed, and take out the ball still on the ground, and it's,
Kickoff is fumbled.
Fumbled. Did it go out of bounds? Let's see. There are a lot of people jumping in my way.
I think that's going to be Shannon football.
And Shannon will keep it in.
Oh, man. Tate Owens. All you got to just fall on the football. That's fundamental football. You don't try and scoop and score. You just fall on the football, and you get the ball at the 10-yard line. But you tried to scoop and score, and you didn't even get the football back. But good starting defensive field position for the Commodores, though.
One player who just checked in on defense one player that just checked out on the special teams is Rashawn Rocket, who we have not seen at all tonight.
No, we didn't see much of him last week either.
Well, you know, he's been beaten out by guys like Terrell Price. As what a play there by the D-line of Lafayette. Quinn Jones brings him down. Just approaching the 1 minute mark remaining in the third quarter. And there's a new quarterback in, Martavius Fellis. And he's sacked. Excuse me, Vincent McIntosh.
Martavius Fells is tackled in the backfield.
He's in. Martavius Bell tackled in the backfield in the play. About 30 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Tackle was made by Omani Johnson. Third down, Red Raiders.
Third down for the Red Raiders, 3rd and 14. They'll probably just run the football. And they will. Commodores, the D-line, there again for the stop. 4th down coming up to start the 4th quarter. We'll take a commercial break, but you're watching Lafayette High School football on DoresTV.
Family owned and operated since 1959, the Beacon Restaurant is the gathering place in Oxford for family and friends. Come in, grab a seat with a familiar face for a down-home breakfast and a fresh cup of coffee. You might even hear a lie or two. Breakfast not your thing? Then try our signature plate lunches. For service with a smile, come join us for any meal at the Beacon Restaurant on North Lamar in Oxford. And nah, we ain't got no sweet tea.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Marty Stark in Oxford can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Oxford Kubota is your one-stop shop for your farm or ranch. Whether you need a zero-turn mower, compact tractor, or the impressive M-Series cab tractor, Oxford Kubota can put together a package deal to fit your needs. We offer a fully stocked parts department and a service department with factory-trained technicians that can service your tractor, ATV, or UTV, regardless of the make or model. Come by for a test drive at 93 Highway 30 East, next to Oxford Farm and Ranch. Oxford Kubota.
The Red Raiders.
And there's the punt, and we're back on DoresTV. Really bad punt as he shanked it. It'll roll past the 30, and that's where about the 33-yard line is where Lafayette will recover. And Lawrence, starting the 4th quarter of this game,
Ball will be at the Red Raiders.
it's pretty much in the bag for Lafayette, but what should the offense work on at the end of this quarter as they have a tough matchup next week against MUS?
What the offense needs to work on is when you're up 35-0, you don't really want to pass the ball because that's almost kind of insulting to the defense. But what Lafayette needs to do here is they need to work on getting their quarterbacks consistency with throwing the football, and they really need to work on the pass protection because the 3 or 4 times that they've attempted a legitimate pass play so far in this game, there has been no pass protection to speak of, and whatever defensive pressure the Red Raiders have been able to get on them has resulted in a poor throw.
Will Ard now in at quarterback, replacing Devin Thomas, and some movement early from the offense.
Penalty marker on the play.
False start on everybody but the center.
You know, I forget what game it was, pretty recent, but I remember a referee, he said that, he was like, false start on everyone but the center.
That's actually happened 3 or 4 times in the last 5 years. I remember one time it was, I think Tebow's senior year at Florida when they played Florida State, that happened. And I remember when Colorado used to be in the Big 12, we're going back about 10 years now, but they were playing Texas and the same thing happened.
Backs them up 5 yards, 1st and 15 on the 38-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the quarter. Woods in the game. And the ball will be handed off to Jordan Harmon, who we haven't seen much of this year, but he gets the carry as him and Dylan Woods are both in the game. So probably expect a lot of runs here so they can run the clock out.
Second down, 13, Commodores.
Good clock management here from the Commodores. There's no need to hurry, no need to get up to the line until you've got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Just milk the clock. Make sure you take care of the football. No silly mistakes.
And there's the handoff to Harmon. He's past the 30 to 25. Gets a stiff arm, and he's tackled out of bounds by about 4 Red Raider defenders.
Ball at the 22-yard line. First down, Lafayette.
First down, Lafayette, and another substitution as Malik Vaughn checks in at offense for the Commodores. Also, one of the captains before the game tonight, Tyler Smith, haven't seen much of him this year. He also checks in, so they're getting a lot of guys who haven't played some reps on homecoming tonight. And Ard keeps it, pitches out to Woods, and Woods trips up for probably a loss of 1 on the play.
Not a smart pitch there from Will Ard, as you've already got 3 defenders on you, and when you pitch to 5 yards behind where you are, and the defenders are going to smell that out. Not smart decision making.
Second down, 12 yards to go, Commodores.
I remember, well, there's no college football video game this year, but I remember playing with Oregon with Marcus Mariota and LaMichael James last year was pretty awesome to run that offense.
I wish they keep making the college football games, but there's the whole pay to play.
Yeah, payers want to be, I understand.
It's all junk. It's all politics.
Politics, I agree. And Woods with the, that should be a late hit there, and it is. I mean, just a silly play, and he knows it. You know, he's got his head down. He knew it.
Just going from bad to worse for this Red Raider
That
defense.
penalty will go against number 36, Broderick Clemens. So that'll be half the distance to the goal, which should set up 1st and goal for the Commodores.
Penalty marker against the Red Raiders.
Another substitution for Lafayette as Xavier Martin checks into the game. So 1st and goal on the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line. First down goal to go for the Commodores.
And the shotgun, Will Art, high snap. You better fall on it quickly because of the, and he recovers at around the 29-yard line, and you lose 23 yards in that play, Lawrence. It's not good.
You're going to have a 2nd and goal at the 26-yard line. That doesn't happen. I don't think that's happened, but maybe once in a blue moon.
Ball on the 27-yard line now, so a huge loss for Commodores. Actually, a loss of 21. And officials call a timeout, and so will we. 6:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Keep right here on DoresTV.
Hello, this is Gant Boone with Oxford University Bank. This day and age, it is hard to beat an original, much less an Oxford original. And that is exactly what you get with OUB. We have Casasa checking and savings accounts with ATM refunds nationwide. Perfect for everyone, especially students. So whether you are a full-time resident of Oxford or just looking to get here as soon as you can, choose OUB. Live Oxford, Bank Oxford, Oxford University Bank, member FDIC.
You probably think Domino's pizza cheese comes out of a big plastic bag. And it does. But before it goes into that bag, our cheese was crafted to perfection by an award-winning mozzarella maker using milk from family-owned dairy farms. And we got help from a cheese technologist and a National Cheese Institute Laureate Award winner, which is really a thing. So order 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each and taste why you can't judge a cheese by its bag.
Welcome to Furniture World, home of the better buy. Get more selection with even more savings. If you're needing furniture for your home, apartment, or dorm room, we have the quality that you want at the prices that you can afford. We also have interest-free financing with approved credit, plus free delivery is available within our area. So come by and see why we're Oxford's #1 furniture store.
And we're back at William L. Buford Stadium, coming off a high snap that brought the Commodores back 21 yards, 2nd and 27 on the 27. It was 1st and goal on the 6. Willard, he will do the draw, and he didn't gain anything.
Just trying to maybe keep it in field goal range. There's no point in shooting for the end zone here if you're up 35 points.
Under 6 minutes to play now.
3rd down, Commodores.
What's going to be interesting, which I don't know at this point if it is interesting, but if the Commodores, let's say they don't pick up anything on this, I'm assuming they'll just go for it on 4th down and then turn the ball over, I guess.
Well, it couldn't hurt to try the long field goal, try and get some confidence for your kicker. And if this, provided you don't get it, of course. But even if your kicker doesn't make it, I mean, it's not going to hurt you, and you can just shake it off and say, well, it was a meaningless kick.
And Harmon picks up about, I want to say 4 on the play.
Here comes Holland.
You're right, Lawrence. It'll give him some experience and maybe some more confidence going into the game against MUS next Friday night, which will be broadcasted right here on DoresTV.
Has Holland made a field goal all season? I don't think so.
He made 1.
Oh, that's correct, against the Sept.
Because they won 3, correct. They won 3-0.
41-yard field goal for the Commodores.
But it's his longest field goal, I believe or no, it's probably his 2nd longest field goal he's attempted. It could be the longest if he makes it. Here's the snap. It's up, and it's going to be no good. But good try, though.
That's where you can just shake off and say, well, that's meaningless.
We'll take a timeout. Shannon will have the football, and we come back right here on DoresTV.
The next time those hunger pains hit you, head to the famous Bees Barbecue, as mentioned in The Blind Side, the movie. In Oxford for 15 years and voted #1 ribs in Oxford. We'll cater all occasions, no matter how small or large the crowd is. We also serve breakfast from 6 a.m. to 9:30. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bees Barbecue. And don't forget to call about those tailgating trays, 662-236-7090. Bees Barbecue, the best ribs in Oxford. Looking for home, health, or vehicle insurance, let Farm Bureau handle them all. Lafayette County Farm Bureau Insurance will be glad to help with any insurance need you might have. With real claim service, stop in and see Wayne Perkins or call today, 234-6232. That's 662-234-6232. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation have a professional treatment team including board-certified physical therapists, occupational therapists, athletic trainers, and personal trainers who use advanced technology and equipment to help you achieve optimal results. We provide physical therapy to patients of all ages, ranging from therapy for joint and sport injuries to stroke recovery or work-related injuries. Oxford, Batesville, and Senatobia Rehabilitation. Healing in motion.
And we're back on DoresTV. I'm Browning Stubbs alongside Lawrence Dockery. Big lead for the Commodores as they were up 35-0. And Shannon has football, new quarterback in. There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be the end around to number 33, Xavier Gardner, but there's a flag.
Gardner in his carry. Vaughn and Corey Williams on the tackle. Ball at the 35-yard line. First down, Red Raiders.
Three minutes remaining. The clock is running the rest of this ball game unless there is a timeout or an injury. And there's the end around to number 1, Josh Agnew, and he's still on his feet. Past the 40, tackled at the 42-yard line.
See, with some of them smaller running backs, they're closer to the ground, so it's easier for them. They got better control of their center of gravity, so it's easier for them to make guys miss.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Almost kind of like Darren Sproles.
Second down, 3 yards to go.
Who is a revelation for the Eagles. That stinks he had to leave the Saints, but he's been great next to Shady McCoy up in Philadelphia.
It's funny that LaShawn McCoy plays for Philadelphia because he went to college at Pitt.
Right. And there's the handoff to Gardner. And by the way, I know a lot of our viewers probably play fantasy football, but I'm looking pretty good right now as I had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones on my team yesterday.
Not a fan of fantasy football. It says in the name, fantasy, which means fake, not real. It's not real. I'll sit down and watch a football game if I feel like it, which I usually don't, but I am 100% anti-dead set against fantasy football.
Broncos-Seahawks will be a big matchup this weekend, Lawrence.
I find that's interesting that game is not either like the Thursday night game or the Sunday night game or the Monday night. It's at 3:30 on a Saturday, on the Sunday afternoon, which, you know, being a Super Bowl rematch, you would think it would be prime time, especially considering one of the greatest guys to ever play the game of football and one of the greatest teams to ever play football. But people will watch. You know, I think I was listening to Memphis radio host Chris Vernon. Shout out to Chris Vernon. But I think he said this is only like the 6th time that the teams that met in last year's Super Bowl will meet in the next year's regular season.
Really? Clock is running, just a minute left in the game, with Lafayette leading 35-0, and that's probably going to be the final score in this one. 40 seconds. This will probably be the final play of the game, and pass is completed to Gordon, who spins off a tackle. He's tackled out of bounds around the 38, and that might do it. But we'll see what the offense does for Shannon.
First down, Shannon.
And they get to the line. Looks like they're trying to get one more playoff in the game. McIntosh takes the snap. He drops back. Completes to Gordon again, but he's going to be tackled. Good tackle there by Malik Vaughn, and that's going to do it as Lafayette picks up their 2nd win of the season. Final score, 35-0. And Lawrence, let's quickly recap this game. And Lafayette scored on their first 4 possessions as they went up 28-0. In the second half, the offense was kind of shaky, but they got 1 touchdown there towards the end. They win at 35-0. Great running game and great defense for the Commodores.
Great running game is they got Tay Owens involved in the offense again. We didn't see much of him last week against Oxford. He had a couple of big runs. You know, Price had a couple of big runs for some touchdowns. Defense played phenomenal as ever. They needed this win. They needed the offense to put some points on the board. Need the offense to get some rhythm. Need the defense to get back to their old ways after giving up 41 against Oxford last week. They really needed this win, get their season back on track, and especially going into a big game next Friday at MUS.
That's right, Lawrence. That's a big matchup against MUS next Friday in Memphis. It's a great stadium there, and they actually have a Jumbotron, so we'll have more than one angle to watch the game when we go up to Memphis. And tough game for the Commodores, and I think in that one, you're right, they'll have to have Tay Owens involved. And also, I like to see the passing game get more involved, because I don't know if you're going to beat that tough MUS defense by just running the football.
They got that defense there, and I think their O-line too. They got a couple of Ole Miss commits on there, so those guys know how to play football.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight at William L. Buford Stadium. For our executive producer, John Rawl, our cameraman, Terry Sparks, and on my right, Lawrence Dockery, I'm Browning Stubbs. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week at MUS. This has been a production of DoresTV.
Family owned and operated since 1959, the Beacon Restaurant is the gathering place in Oxford for family and friends. Come in, grab a seat with a familiar face for a down-home breakfast and a fresh cup of coffee. You might even hear a lie or two. Breakfast not your thing? Then try our signature plate lunches. For service with a smile, come join us for any meal at the Beacon Restaurant on North Lamar in Oxford. And nah, we ain't got no sweet tea.
So I switched my car insurance to State Farm. I saved $480. You know what that is?
Yeah, don't say it.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, don't.
It's a lot of dough.
Switch and you could save $480 with State Farm.
It's a lot of dough.
See if Marty Stark in Oxford can save you a lot of dough.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Oxford Kubota is your one-stop shop for your farm or ranch. Whether you need a zero-turn mower, compact tractor, or the impressive M-Series cab tractor, Oxford Kubota can put together a package deal to fit your needs. We offer a fully stocked parts department and a service department with factory-trained technicians that can service your tractor, ATV, or UTV, regardless of the make or model. Come by for a test drive at 93 Highway 30 East, next to Oxford Farm and Ranch. Oxford Kubota.